Shalom, shalom. All praises, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to the Akim on the four corners of the earth, doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. This lesson is going to be about the two lots, the two destinies, the prophecies of the two main characters in the Bible, which is Jacob and Esau. Okay, because the chosen of the Lord comes out of Jacob, and the cursed of the Lord, who's prophesied to be ruling in the end of days when the Lord comes back, is Edom, his twin brother. Okay, so I'm going to start with the book of Esther, the 10th chapter. And when you read Esther, the 10th chapter in the King James Bible, it continues with chapter 4, right, in the book of Esther in the Apocrypha. Okay? So I'm going to read Esther starting at 10, starting at verse 1, and it reads, "And the king Ahasuerus laid a tribute upon the land and upon the isles of the sea, and all the acts of his power, and his might, and his declaration of greatness of Mordecai, whereunto the king advanced him. Are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Media and Persia? For Mordecai the Jew was next unto King Ahasuerus, and great among the Jews, and accepted the multitude of his brethren, seeking wealth of his people, and speaking peace to all his seed." So Mordecai was all about his people. And even though we were under the in captivity at this time, okay, there still was favor being shown unto Mordecai. All right. Continuing. All right. This is where it picks up in the Apocrypha, and it reads, "Then Mordecai said, God have done these things, for I remember a dream which I saw concerning these matters, and nothing thereof hath failed." Let's get a precept. All right, because we're in the last days of the last days, man. And the prophecies are speaking very, very loudly. This is Habakkuk 2, verses 1 through 3. "I will stand upon my watch and set upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry." And we've been tarrying, man. And now these prophecies are popping off. Okay? Popping off big time. All right? Verse 6. It says, "A little fountain became a river, and there was a light in the sun and much water. And the river is Esther, whom the king married and made queen." So basically, to be honest, Esther was made a glorified wench. She took a hit for the nation of Israel, because it's really not of our customs to allow our women to marry unto strange people. Why? Because the children that come of Esther were not Israelites. Okay, so she actually was, being basically, she was really in a position where she was being defiled, but the Lord blessed her in other ways and blessed the nation of Israel through her sacrifice. Because there was a time when our women wouldn't be with people of other nations, even a king. Why? Because Deuteronomy 7:6, we're above them. All right, so the women of our nation are above a king of another nation. Quite frank, simple as that. Okay, it says, "And the two nations are Ai and Ammon, and the nations was those, and the nations were those that were assembled to destroy the name of the Jews." All right. So I'm sorry, it said, "And the two dragons are Ai and Ammon." So basically, that's really Israel versus Esau, because Ammon, is an Agagite, and Agag is a grandson of Amalek, and Amalek, or son of either son or grandson of Amalek, and Amalek is definitely a grandson of Esau, Edom. All right, so we're talking about Israelites versus Edomites here. Hebrew Israelites versus Hebrew Edomites, and the same thing is going on today. All right. 9, verse 9. And my nation is Israel, which cried to power and were saved. For Yahweh have saved his people, personal pronoun, and Yahweh have delivered us from all evils, and power have wrought signs and great wonders, which have not been done among the Gentiles and never will be. All right. Therefore, he have made two lots. See, there are two lots, two separate destinies. All right. One of the people of power and another for all the Gentiles. So all the other nations, man, they are as nothing, as going back to matter of fact, let's get it. 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. Yeah, and it reads, and after these Adam also, whom thou hast made it Lord over all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this I have spoken before thee, O Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So those other nations are less than a drop of water that fell from a bucket, man. What's important is what's in that bucket, which is the nation of Israel, which collectively is made up of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and of course the confusion of faith scattered among the heathens. So it's not a color thing. We keep telling you that. You people are so simple-minded. All right, because yes, some Israelites are going to look white. Yes, some Israelites are going to look Japanese, Chinese, and Samoan, and whatever, because they truly did get scattered to the four corners of the earth. But the bulk of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are, without a doubt, without question, without an argument, no matter how hard you try, the children of Israel. All right, collectively, because there are tares among them too. A lot of you BOIs. Blacks are you can only be an Israelite if you're black, which is completely moronic and stupidity, especially as many of the Israelite women that were raped by white men and had children who looked like Negroes, who didn't come out with those mixed features or didn't come out looking like a so-called white man. Some of them came out super dark, looking just like Negroes, and they had a Edomite daddy. You don't like to acknowledge that fact, that truth, So there's tares among Israel too, man. All right. But it did say two lots in verse 9, one for the people of power and another for all the Gentiles. So now let's focus on the two main characters. This is let's get an idea what these lots are talking about, as referring to Jacob and Esau. So let's go to the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, and read verses 11 through 14. 9th chapter. Yeah, because when you know what? Yeah, 11 through 14, I'm going to read that. It says, for the children, and we're talking about Esau. Actually, I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, and not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, all right, for the children not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of power according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. So basically, it had nothing to do with anything that either of the infant sons had done. The Lord had already chosen already. He had already chosen their lots. One was to be loved and one was to be hated. All right, verse 11. For the children not yet born, neither having done anything, any good or evil, that the purpose of power according to election, who was chosen, who was not, might stand, not of works, but him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. So whoever came out first is going to be servant in the latter days at the end to the younger. All right. And as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Esau came out first. So he was, and so the Lord hated Esau. Because what? Because of the election. He had already chosen before they were born, before they had done anything at all. So it wasn't their works. All right. Once again, verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. All right. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. All right. Let's get a quick precept. I'm going to make this a fast lesson. Let's go to Deuteronomy. (32 and 4). He is the rock. His work is perfect, for all his ways are judgment, a power of truth, and without iniquity, just and right he is. So the Lord don't make mistakes, man. Yahweh don't make mistakes. So they're saying, so is that unrighteousness with God because he said he hated and see, and then if the Lord said it's okay, who the hell are you for you people to come against what's written? Well, that's not right. That's not fair. Shut up. Your ways are not his ways, man. All right. And your arms are too short to box with God, idiot. Okay. And I can understand why Esau would take up a stance against this, but you Israelites, this is benefit to you. You should be thankful. You could have been born an Edomite. Okay. Always trying to worry about somebody else and not yourself, not your own. Esau sure in the hell ain't worrying about you. He's planning on purging you. All right. And those of you that left, he wants to put you in a never-ending oppression, servitude. All right. Okay, so now verse 12, back in the book of Esther in the Apocrypha. So power remembered his people and justified his inheritance. All right. In my Wisdom Simplified Dictionary, Encyclopedia Version 1933 with biblical references, that word inheritance is the root word of his heritage. And one of the definitions for heritage is a chosen people of God. All right. So that's not all people. No matter how much fuck-faced Christianity wants to make it, the Bible is a book to and for the Israelites. Period. Okay? That's why Christianity does not match up with the scriptures. That's where the problem lies. And when you people hear things like this, you get all butthurt and emotional. That's because you've been lied to and you don't read. That's why I said, blessed is he who readeth. All right? You read something that says all people, and then you ignore what the subject matter is. The subject matter was to the Israelites. All right. You want to deny the fact that there are two sets of Gentiles, and it tells you that clearly. There's a Gentile, the natural Gentiles which are the other nation, and then there were the Israelites who became Gentiles because they got separated from their heritage. All right, but they were still Israelites according to the flesh. You want to negate and ignore that very important fact. Verse 12 again. So power remembered his people and justify his inheritance. Therefore, those days shall be unto them in the month Adar, the 14th and the 15th day of the same month, with an assembly and a joy and gladness before power, according to the generations forever among his people. So that actually became a holiday, which we've been cut off from our heritage and so many things that we don't do and we don't know about. All right, because we've been cut off from it. You know, the only thing we can really do is rehearse the righteous acts on this side. So with that, I hope this was a edifying lesson. All praises going out to be unto Yahweh Shem Shai and Abba Ball.